Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review French Exit. And this is a film that's been floating around in theaters over the past couple months, just slid right in there before all the deadlines for award season. And basically, Michelle Pfeiffer seemed like the only aspect of this film that got any attention in that shape or form from the Golden Globes. But this film is from director Azazel Jacobs, who previously did The Lovers, which honestly I was a pretty big fan of. I remember seeing that in theaters, starring Tracy Letts, who also pops up in this film, and we'll talk about that in a bit. And this is from writer Patrick DeWitt, who adapted his own novel, who also wrote The Sisters Brothers. And this film focuses on an aging Manhattan socialite who basically loses everything, going broke. Her and her son whisk off to France and going on this journey with them experiencing and getting over the loss of her husband and his father. And this socialite, Frances, is played by Michelle Pfeiffer. Her son, Lucas Hedges, plays Malcolm. And the husband is played by Tracy Letts. And you get the sense that this film, as you go through, has a very classy kind of feel. Nicholas DeWitt did the score for the film. The cinematography is done by Tobias Datum. And it's very classy, kind of high society kind of feeling of a film. And Michelle Pfeiffer is killing it in this film. She is just seductive and evil. There's just this simmering intensity about her. There's one particular scene that really captures that so well, where when they're in France, this waiter's ignoring them and smoking a cigarette, and she spritzes her perfume on the flowers on the table, takes out a lighter and lights it on fire, and that look that she gives him is just like, what are you gonna do about it? And she's like Uber Karen, like former millionaire kind of Uber Karen, and she's just intense, and she does have vulnerable moments, especially as the film goes on. And then you have Lucas Hedges, who plays her son, who's very submissive, very whiny, very weak in terms of his own will and control in his life. And it's interesting, as Imogen Poots is his fiancée at the time, and, he just can't bring himself to tell his mother that they want to get married. And she winds up whisking him off to France, and he just leaves Poots behind, and, she's got to move on with her life, because he just is under the thumb of his mother. And this film, you get the sense that this character has a very unhealthy connection to his mother, and they've really been the ones together. And, both of them are really extra, but really funny. This is a darkly funny film, and I appreciated that. You have this cool-ass cat. This black cat's adorable. And you find out later in the film that cat's a little more significant than you might have expected. And this film does go to interesting places. And I did not expect these places, and I was really surprised by these places. And I'm still trying to process if I liked where this film went in terms of some of those things, as it gets a little bit more fantastical than just a grounded kind of human drama. And we'll get to that more, but you have this, like I said, classy music, these two lead characters that are just very interesting to watch. And they have very different dynamics, and especially you have Valerie Mahaffey, who plays Mimi, who is this woman that she's friends with, and they go to a dinner party at her house, and it's literally just her. And Mahaffey might be the unsung hero of this film, because she brings a lot to the table. She's really funny, and you get all these different kinds of connections, and this is where the film gets weird, and really focusing so much on the different kinds of traumas that this mother and son are going through with the death of the husband and father. That trauma and getting over it and really taking control of your life. And it starts going through that and confronting those things in a very different kind of way than you would expect probably from this film. And I feel like if you are bought in enough and can go through the rest of this film and feel like I'm still invested, you're going to really like this film. If you're not, you're going to be like, this might torpedo your experience with where this film goes into some places. But in the end, I feel like this has a lot of rich themes to it, really strong lead performances, and it's not the most perfect film. It feels a little too bold in some of its senses, and also there's a lack of emotional connection, because how much can you really connect with these people that seem so despicable? But in the end, I feel like The French Exit is a really quality film that I enjoyed quite a bit, and I'm still going to be processing for a while, so maybe some of those feelings might change over time. This seems like that kind of film. But those are my thoughts on French Exit. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.